What's up, my Essential Unit? It's Essential Man here, so back again with another ECW Supercar Show review. I haven't reviewed an ECW Supercar Show in ages. The last one I reviewed on this channel was Hostile City Showdown 1994. That was way back in September, October of last year. Haven't reviewed an ECW Supercar Show ever since. I'm trying to get back on track reviewing some ECW shows. The whole bulk of 2022 wrestling content wise, reviewing some WWE shows, classic Raw reviews from 1997, WCW pay per views, NWA slash GCP, TNA pay per views, and that monthly Impact Wrestling show. Yeah, haven't reviewed an ECW show of this year. And also I reviewed one show from AEW, that's Revolution of this year. Anyway, so today I'm reviewing ECW Heatwave 1994, the first Heatwave show in ECW history at the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on the 16th of July 1994. The attendance of the show was 850 because the ECW Arena was a small venue. This show is not a pay-per-view, it's a supercard show. Joey Styles on commentary. This is, like I said, the first Heatwave show in ECW history. Yeah, Heatwave is basically their version of SummerSlam. SummerSlam is WWF's summer show, and Beach Splash slash Bash at the Beach, that's WCW's summer show. They will continue to do Heatwave until the end of the original ECW's existence, because the company went under in 2001. So the first match to kick off the first Heatwave, we got a tag team match, just a normal tag team match. We got Bad Breed, that's the Rotten brothers, Ian and Axel Rotten, taking on Hack Myers and the Rockin' Rebel. The match was okay, just okay. Wasn't a bad match. Wasn't gonna be like a 4-star classic. It was a standard match. In the end, the Axels got the victory. I think it was Ian. Or was it Ian or Axel hit like a bulldog onto? I think it was onto Hack Myers for the victory. Then I think Hack Myers and the Rockin' Rebel kind of clash. They kind of put their differences aside, hugged it out. Team Hell No style. Before there was Team Hell No. This is Team Hell No was formed in 2012. This show was in 1994. And it was a swerve. You had Hack Myers turned on Rockin' Rebel, clothesline him, and move on to the next match. So the next match, this is for the ECW Television Championship. Mikey Whipwreck taking on Chad Austin. He announced that Jason is his manager. That's Jason Knight. Jason Knight, his nickname is the sexiest man alive. It's him or Rick Rude. Anyway, so because Rick Rude, I think he said in his promo saying he's the sexiest man alive. He looks like Paul Heyman. In later years he looks like Buff Bagwell's dad, because they both got tan skin, muscles, and a goatee. Yeah, he looks like Paul Heyman. Buffed up Paul Heyman. With the hairstyle. Anyway, so the match was good. I really like this match between Rick and Chad Austin. It got interfered by Jason. He did go interfered. That was a bit of a nitpick, but besides that, in the end, the ending is a bit bullshit and confusing. Anyway, so in the end, Chad Austin hit Rick with he hit brain busters and I think it was power bombs. Was it a sit down power bomb? It was not, maybe a normal power bomb, but Rick not keeps getting kicking out. Actually, he kind of pulled his head upwards to do more damage. But yeah. I think one time he's trying to hit a power bomb for the third time, and Rick hit I think Styles call it a Mickey Steiner or Whip Steiner, whatever it's called. And in the end, Um, yeah, like I said, Jason did got involved. You know, I think he hit Ritwell with the chair without the referee noticing. So I'm stumbling. By the way, my apologies. But yeah, he attacking Ritwell, hitting him with a kick. You know, it was a karate kick or something. And every time, like yeah, there was like this match was kind of bumped down a bit. You know, every time like Ritwell trying to pin Chad for the win. I think one more of the match. Yeah, Jason pulled down the referee out of the ring. Why it's not disqualification? Beats me. That really was my only nitpick of this match. So I'll get to that bullshit ending afterwards. So, after in the end, yeah, Chad Austin hit the it was a leg guillotine or a leg drop off the top rope for the win and to become the new TV champion. Unfortunately, he grabbed the mic. I'm talking about Chad Austin. He said, like, oh, I've been using a knuckle duster or brass knuckles. That's bullshit because he never used the brass knuckles in this match. So the match kind of reversed the decision. Red Rec retains the title. Jason got pissed off, and Jason attacked Mike and Ritrek. I think he hit him with power driver, and that was it. So besides that, it was beside of this bullshit with Jason interfering and Chad Alston, and actually Chad Alston was a heel. Why he's saying, I was using brass knuckles, you're the world fine champion, whatever he say. It's just like, what the hell? You won the title. I don't get it, man. I don't want to get in full rant mode. It's just stupid. But besides that, I think both Rick Rack and Austin worked away a good fun match. And speaking of another fun match, we got Tommy Dreamer, the future elevator of violence. This is I don't know. He was wearing like spandex at the time before he was wearing t-shirt for the rest of his career, going into the rest of ECW original ECW run to his run in the WWE and TNA / Impact Wrestling. Taking on Stevie Richards with Angel in the corner of Stevie Richards. The match was fun. I really enjoyed this match. This is before Stevie Richards was part of Raven's group and be part of the BWO. That was in the later years in ECW. Yeah, he had a run in WCW in 1997. That's another story of another time. Anyway, so the match was good. In the end, it was fun for what it is. I think like the fans were booing Angel, saying Angel sucks. Whether they chanted. In the end, Dreamer locked in the sleeper hold onto Richards, and instead of tapping out, he's passed out. So Dreamer won this match, and afterwards, I think he grabbed the mic, says about something about like he kind of confronts Angel. He says, "You want him? You can have him." Throwed Richards out of the ring. He basically called out Shane Douglas. He said about like everyone tonight wants to see the future. Who is the future of professional wrestling? I don't care about. He said I don't care about the match. Yeah. He calls out Shane Douglas. At the time, he was the ECW World Champion. He called him a piece of Pittsburgh shit because he's from Pittsburgh, and this show is in Philadelphia. I think Pittsburgh is still in the same state in America. And then we got Improv 2 match. We got Mr. Hughes, who's the bodyguard of the franchise Shane Douglas, taking on Tommy Dreamer, with Shane Douglas in his corner. The match was okay. I thought it was going to be a clusterfuck. But besides that, it was an okay match. Tommy Dreamer carried Mr. Hughes to an okay match. Mr. Hughes is not known for he's more of a manager than a pro wrestler. In the end, Shane Douglas got involved, and Mr. Hughes hit the Big Boss Slam because, the Big Boss Man's not in ECW at the time; he was in WCW. Anyway, and then Shane Douglas grabbed the mic. He says that what happens to screw with the franchise. He kind of asked Angel to be his cheerleader for his match against Sabu. We'll get to that match later on. He said about the future of pro. He said he's gonna be the future of pro wrestling. Not he called Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan dry up raisins. Bret Hart's not the future of pro wrestling. So I'm trying to keep the promo short and simple. So it was a fun promo. He's a good mic talker, Shane Douglas. So yeah, we'll get to the ECW World Title match later on in this review. Yeah, the Dreamer match was the Dreamer Stevie Richards match was good, and yeah, and the Dreamer Mr. Hughes Improv 2 match was okay. It wasn't bad. It was okay of a match. So moving on to holy. Actually, yeah, that was match number 4. Yeah, you had the tag team match. You got the TV title match. Dreamer versus Richards, Dreamer versus Mr. Hughes. So match number 5, we got the Pitbulls. The Pitbulls are Gary Wolf and the late Anthony Durant with Jason in their corner taking on the Tasmaniac. That's Taz, by the way. I'm gonna call him Taz for this review. Taking on his with his mysterious opponents or partner actually. So this is during this feud between Taz and the Pitbulls because Anthony Durant, who made his debut at the last show, that was Hostile City Showdown. Before that, you had Todd Gordon, who's kind of like the co-owner of ECW because him and Heyman were the co-owners of ECW, said this match is not going to happen or some shit like that. And then the Pitbulls, which is attack Taz. I thought this was going to be a clusterfuck. You got Mr. Hughes come out of nowhere for no reason or whatever reason. You know, he came out attacking someone because you can tell this show is home video. Someone's like filming this, you know, because I think back then they didn't have any production value. I think it kind of proved later on in ECW's run around the mid 90s. But back then you could tell like when I watch reviewing these supercar shows, watching and review these supercar shows, you can tell someone's holding the camera. I don't know who Mr. Hughes attacking, and then you got Chad Austin and the Rockin' Rebel. I thought it's gonna be 911, gonna be the mysterious partner of Taz, but it wasn't. He got beaten down by Mr. Hughes, Rockin' Rebel, and Chad Austin. Nope. The mysterious opponent was or partners actually. Sorry, I keep saying opponent or partner, but anyway. So Taz's mysterious partner was Sabu. By the way, he's doing double duty on the show because he's facing Shane Douglas for the ECW title. We'll get to that match later on. So it was a short match. He came to the rescue. In the end, Taz hit, I think it was Gary Wolf or Anthony Durant with the half Nelson suplex for the win. And I'm going to talk about Gary Wolf, Pitbull number 1. He looks like Rhino. Not actually facial wise, he has that Rhino physique. You know, he reminds me of Rhino because they both got big bodies. They got long black hair. It's a shame that I don't think they had a match in ECW. It's funny. By the time Rhino was in ECW, I think Gary Wolf was gone. I don't know, but it's just really when I watched this match, I said to myself, "Wow, like Gary Wolf he reminds me of Rhino." You know, but they both like I said, dark black hair. They both got like goatees. They got big muscles. You know, it's just like wow. But anyway, it was an okay match, but my only nitpick is about, they kind of tease it like, oh, this match is not going to happen. But yeah, I don't know why Mr. Hughes, Chad Austin, and the Rockin' Rebel were there, and 911 was there. Don't get it. But let's move on to the next match. So, this is a shit match. Sorry, folks, I'm drinking my water. Anyway, so the next match, this is a dueling cage match. Was it a Singapore dueling cage match? We got the Sandman with Woman. Woman, that's Nancy Benoit. Well, at the time, she was married to Kevin Sullivan, who's the booker of WCW. She ended up going to WCW around, was it 1996? I think it was, no, 1995. I think it was around the 90s, 95 or 1996. She was in the corner of the Sandman. He's taken on Iron Man Tommy Cairo. My apologies. With was it Miss Peaches? That's the former wife of the Sandman. I think because in reality they were. I think they were. Maybe they are still together. I think they were in real life. They were husband and wife. That's Peaches and Sandman. I think they got divorced later in life. But anyway, so this was they've been feuding for months now. Yeah, some of these matches are rematches from Hostile City Showdown. The match sucked. I'm sorry. This is just boring. Like whole bulk of the match, you had Sandman and Tommy Cairo just walking around the ring, holding the candlestick. This is boring. I was completely. This is a snore fest. People think this is good. How did it's good? I think this match sucked. Yeah, they hitting each other with candlesticks. Whoop de doo. There's no wrestling in this match. And then you got like Woman and Peaches into the ring. You fought cat fight, folks, but there is no cat fight. What the hell? Anyway, you had Cairo trying to friend to hit Woman with the candlestick. Sandman basically pushed Peaches, snatched the candlestick off her hand. Sorry, I'm speaking too fast, by the way. In the end, Sandman got the victory, and that was it. So, yeah, this was a boring match. There was no psychology. It's just, I like hardcore matches. Hardcore matches needs to have some chemistry, some substance. It's supposed to be like a fun brawl, but this is just mindless brawling. I like ECW, some matches in ECW, whether it's in the original ECW or the WWE's version of ECW, Elite, but this is just fucking mindless shit. You could say the worst match of the night, so we'll get to the main event later on. That's also a bad match. So moving on to match number 7. This is, in my opinion, the match of the night. We got Shane Douglas with not Miss Angel, Angel and Mr. Hughes in his corner, defending the ECW World Heavyweight Championship against Sabu with 911 and Paulie Dangerously. That's aka Paul Heyman, and also in in Shane Douglas promo from earlier, he called Paulie Dangerously. He can't fight a way out of a paper bag. He can't fight a woman, some shit like that. Anyway, so the match was good. I really enjoyed this match. Some moments of the match kind of confused me. With Sabu trying to hit Douglas with the chair. That should be an automatic DQ. I'm guessing they're allowed. It's really like they didn't really say this is a no DQ match. But besides that, this was really good. I really enjoyed this match. It was back and forth between Sabu and Shane Douglas. Fighting in the crowd. You had Paul Heyman, or I'm gonna call it, Paulie Dangerously. Yeah, he's Paul Heyman, by the way. But Dangerously grabbed the mic, says, Sabu, show this piece of crap who's the future of professional wrestling. He's about to put Shane Douglas through a table. That's the ending. But Shane Douglas got out of the way. Sabu crashed through the table, and he got himself not disqualified, but counted out. So Shane Douglas won this match, retained the ECW World Heavyweight Championship, and I don't think Sabu won the ECW title. It's a shame. I don't think, because I think he should have won the ECW title because he never won it, in the original ECW and WWE's version of ECW. It'd be a nice feather off his cap because he's a good worker. Yeah, he's known for his botches, but I think on the flip side, he is a good worker. He should have. It's a shame. I don't really care how long his reign gonna be. At least he's gonna be ECW champion. I found out that Rob Van Dam never won the ECW title. Yeah, he won the ECW title when ECW as the third brand, but he never won the ECW title when ECW was a company. It's a shame, but it's a shame. I think he should have won it, but besides that, and afterwards you had 911 choke slamming Shane Douglas, Mr. Hughes, and Angel. I don't know who she is. I'm trying to find out who she is, but not to look. And that was it. So moving on to the main event, folks. The main event. This is a tag team barbed wire match. Holy fuck. We got the Public Enemy, that is Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunish, taking on the Funks, Dory and Terry Funk. What the fuck? Before the start of this match, you had basically the Public Enemy run towards Eagle's Nest. And you had the Funks throwing chairs. And I think Joey Styles has a funny line on commentary, says, "Why me? Don't throw chairs. I'm not Gorilla Monsoon. I'm not Vince McMahon. I'm not Gene Okerlund." Name dropping these guys, because they're from bigger companies, because the two main companies at the time, this is 1 year before the start of the Monday Night Wars. WCW and the WWF ran out to the WWE. You had, I think it's one of the Funks called the Public Enemy assholes. You got like an asshole chant. I think they were trying "We Want Blood." Besides that, the match sucked. I'm sorry. 11 minutes of shit. At least with Douglas and Sabu, the match lasted about 20 minutes. It was fun. This was not. It was boring. Who come up with this whole idea? Hey, let's wrestle in the ring around barbed wire. Because you can't do anything. You can severely handcuff. You basically just do punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. Putting your opponents into the barbed wire. That's it. I was completely bored about this, and then it makes things worse. The fans were throwing throwing chairs in the ring. I'll get to Hardcore Heaven next time. It's the same situation of this match. But anyway, so the fans were throwing chairs in the ring, and then I think one security guard grabbed the mic, says, "Do not throw chairs in the ring." I get it, they're trying to get into it's I don't really say dangerous. It's chairs. It's not like they're throwing knives and shit in the ring. No, it's just they're throwing chairs. TNA did the same thing a decade later. I saw a video of TNA fans throwing chairs in the six-sided ring. I don't know what match. It's completely stupid. WWE, every time they do an ECW related video, they always showcase fans throwing chairs in the ring. How's it good? It's shit. It's stupid. In the end, Public Enemy got the victory. I think it was Johnny Grunge I think one of them wrapped the barbed wire and a trash can in the chest of Terry Funk, and hit the chair onto the trash can onto the chest of Terry Funk, pinned him, and that was the win. And then I think afterwards, the Public Enemy and the Funks brawl. Yeah, you got blood, but who gives a shit? Despite that, this match sucked. The tagline for the show is called Battle for the Future. How the Funks represent the future. They represent the past, because the Funks, they way past their prime. I think back then they'll probably be in their late 40s, in their 50s. Jesus Christ. I got after move away from the Funks and focus on younger stars like Tommy Dreamer, Taz, RVD, Sabu, and the Dudleys. Anyway, so yeah, my final rating for the first Heatwave in ECW history from the year of 1994, I give it a 5 out of 10. A decent show, way better than these previous ECW Supercar show I reviewed in the past. They were shit. This show was least shit, but yeah, some good matches. The two matches in the band for me has to be the main event and Tommy Cairo versus the Sandman in a Dueling key match. The OK is the OK, like the opener, Tommy Dreamer versus Mr. Hughes, and the Pitbulls versus Taz and Sabu. Despite that, the good is the good. The match of the night for me has to be Shane Douglas versus Sabu. That was good. Yeah, the count out was a bit disappointed. I like, despite of that bullshit ending with Chad Austin saying like, "Oh, I used brass knuckles" in his match against Mikey Whipwreck. It was still a fun match. And yeah, I like Tommy Dreamer versus Stevie Richards. That was also a fun match. It doesn't make me to go, "Wow, I need to watch Heatwave '94 again." No, it was a decent show. So hope you enjoyed my review of ECW Heatwave 1994. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the click the bell. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. Next time, moving on to the first Hardcore Heaven from the year of 1994. That's the next ECW Supercar show to review. This is Central Man officially signing out, and that's my review of Heatwave '94. I give it a slight thumbs up.